G'day viewers, Retro Man here. If you like your westerns, you're in for a real treat today as I'll be walking you through a fantastic book on western movies. Stay tuned for more.
Are you gonna pull those pistols or whistle Dixie?
Coming to you from a basement studio somewhere down under, it's the 80s Show with Australia's Retro Man. On tonight's show, Retro Man takes a look at the book Renegade Westerns. Well, what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man!
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today I'll be doing something a little different. I'll be talking to you about a book on westerns. This is the book right here. It's called Renegade Westerns, Movies That Shot Down Frontier Myths. Now, I was given this book as a gift over the Christmas period, and I'm a fan of westerns. I'm not too sure whether there's some 80s westerns in here, but I think this is a really cool book. I've yet to open it. It still has its plastic packaging. So what I'll be doing, guys, is giving you a bit of a walkthrough of this book called Renegade Westerns. I mean, it's got Clint Eastwood on the front, one of the greatest cowboy actors ever. And when we flip it over to the back here, I mean, we've got the Wild Bunch on the back. That's a classic western. So I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun with this one, guys. So let's bust it open. Renegade Westerns. So this is the cover, guys. Renegade Westerns, Movies That Shot Down Frontier Myths. We've got Clint Eastwood on the front. That looks like the outlaw Josie Wales. Flip it over to the back here and it says, if you think you know what a western is, think again. There's a picture at the top here of John Wayne in The Searchers. We've got the Wild Bunch here, and we've also got The Hateful Eight. That's that Quentin Tarantino movie starring Samuel L. Jackson. And there's a neat write-up on the back. John Wayne's mentioned, Clint Eastwood, Gary Cooper, Robert Mitchum, and icons of modern cinema such as Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, etc. So this looks at 70 years of westerns. So I'm going to bust it open. And I'm a bit of a fan of westerns, I must admit. I think it's a fantastic genre, the western. And it's definitely, you know, a genre that keeps going. There's plenty of westerns still out there today, believe it or not. And there's some really good ones to discover. So let's have a look at this book, guys. Renegade Westerns. Oh, look at that there. Neat shot at the front. That looks like Paul Newman. So let's have a look here. Man, some neat artwork in here. That's the table of contents. Let's get stuck into it, guys. There's another shot of Paul Newman there in Hombre. You've got the Wild Bunch. There's a forward here. There's an introduction. That's Jeffrey Hunter in The Searchers. That's a great shot. And we've got Burt Lancaster here. Man, all the big stars have done westerns, haven't they? Joan Crawford, Johnny Guitar, Heaven's Gate. That's an 80s western. That's a Michael Cimino film with Chris Christopherson. That was a bit of an epic, that one. And we've got Henry Fonda there. I mean, man, look at this. The Oxbow Incident. That's a fantastic film if you haven't seen it. And I Shot Jesse James, Broken Arrow. Look at all these films. Man, The Furies. Wow. Very impressive stuff. The Gunfighter with Gregory Peck, what a movie. So I tell you what, Bend of the River, High Noon with Gary Cooper. Yeah, Rancho Notorious. Wow, The Naked Spur. Man. The Far Country, James Stewart made some fantastic westerns. Johnny Guitar again with Joan Crawford. But this book is amazing. Vera Cruz, that's a great film. Gary Cooper and Burt Lancaster, neat poster there. So there's plenty of poster art, lobby cards, black and white stills, colour stills. It's so detailed. The Last Hunt with Robert Taylor. So if you like your westerns, I mean, this is the book, guys. Renegade Westerns, 40 Guns. That's a Samuel Fuller film. Man, Run of the Arrow with Rod Steiger. There's Billy the Kid, Paul Newman. That's actually the left-handed gun. That's a fun film to watch. And No Name on the Bullet, Audie Murphy. Warlock with Richard Widmark and Henry Fonda. So this is, man, Sergeant Rutledge with Woody Strode. This is an amazing book. And I can't wait to check this out and really get in and read it. Misfits with Clark Gable and Marilyn Monroe. Some consider that a Western. Lonely of the Brave with Kirk Douglas. Man, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. What a film, what a song. And yeah, Ride the High Country. There's an interview here with L.Q. Jones by the looks of it. He's one of the Wild Bunch. That's a poster for the Wild Bunch. So yeah, this is an amazing book. Cheyenne Autumn. Major Dundee. Great film with Charlton Heston. The Professionals with Burt Lancaster. Ride in the Whirlwind, a quirky western with Jack Nicholson. There's another one called The Shooting. And Paul Newman, of course, in Hombre. Hour of the Gun with James Garner. Welcome to Hard Times with Henry Fonda. Will Penny with Charlton Heston. What's this one? Death of the Gunfighter with Richard Widmark and John Saxon. Tell Them Willie Boy Is Here with Robert Redford. And the list just goes on and on. That's a feature on the Wild Bunch. This is certainly an amazing book. Bo Hopkins, he's one of the Wild Bunch. There's an interview with him included. So, man, this is a really exciting book. Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman. A Man Called Horse with Richard Harris. Monty Walsh with Lee Marvin. This is just an amazing book. Billy Jack they've got in here. Doc with Faye Dunaway and Stacey Keach. A Gunfight with Kirk Douglas. The Hired Hand with Peter Fonda. Man, this book is amazing. Lawman, a psychological western with Burt Lancaster and Robert Ryan. What a film that is. And McCabe and Mrs. Miller with Warren Beatty. Man, The Wild Rovers. Zachariah, which was the first electric western. I mean, this is a western with electric guitars. So this is really unbelievable. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Fantastic, this book is. And The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean. That was a wacky western with Paul Newman. And I mean, these are renegade westerns. These are westerns that are a little different. I mean, there's High Plains Drifter with Clint. And this book is just so detailed, so beautifully illustrated. Posse with Kirk Douglas. And it just goes on and on. The Missouri Breaks. Outlaw Josie Wales with Clint. Neat feature there. Heaven's Gate. So we're getting into some 80s westerns towards the end here. And we've also got The Long Riders. That was an interesting western directed by Walter Hill, starring David Carradine and others. And you've got Tom Horn with Steve McQueen. You've got Dances with Wolves. That was the film that Kevin Costner won his Oscar for. So, man, it just goes on and on. Unforgiven, a great Clint Eastwood film. That was a Best Picture winner, Unforgiven. Posse, that was a little bit different, that western with Mario Van Peebles. Dead Man with Johnny Depp. And, of course, we have The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, starring Brad Pitt. Man, this book is just unbelievable. Django Unchained, the Tarantino western. You've got The Homesman, The Hateful Eight, Slow West, that's a new western, Hostiles, and at the end here we've got some noir westerns with Robert Mitchum in Pursued, Ramrod, man, The Man from Colorado. This book is just truly amazing. So if you like your westerns, guys, definitely get your hands on a copy of Renegade Westerns. Bad Girls is even in here with Drew Barrymore and the girls. We've got The Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone. Jane Got a Gun, that's a newer film with Natalie Portman. And that's an index in the back there. So Renegade Westerns, what a book. I like my westerns and this book certainly delivers. And man, that's the spine there. And great cover. And what can I say? This speaks for itself. What a book. So there we have it, guys. Renegade Westerns, a fantastic book by Kevin Grant and Clark Hodgkiss, and I highly recommend this one. I mean, I was just blown away by its contents. So tell me in the comments below, are you a fan of Westerns? Do you own this book? I mean, this book is just, I tell you what, amazing, and I just can't wait to deep dive into more of these fantastic films. So yes, guys, I must say that if you enjoy Westerns, make sure you check out my video on The Quick and the Dead. It's a retrospective on that fantastic Sam Elliott TV movie. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you do if you're a Western fan. In the meantime, I have some light reading to do. Yes, this Renegade Westerns book looks exhausting, but I'm going to spend my afternoon deep diving through it. So I can't wait, guys, and tell me if you've read this book. Tell me in the comments below what you think about it. So in the meantime, guys, please like, comment and subscribe, and keep watching the 80s show because you'll never know what's going to pop up next. Anyway, guys, this is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and more exciting than a David Carradine knife fight. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.